This sounds idiotic, right? Everybody knows vampires aren't real, but hear me out. It started about a year ago when my old roommate decided to move in with his girlfriend without any warning. His name was on the lease too, and I could have just forfeited half of my deposit and found a cheaper place, but that's really hard to do on a short notice, especially in the middle of a semester. So I put out ads everywhere I could think of online or around campus for a new roommate, not really expecting much. To my initial delight, I got a nibble within a week. She was a quiet grad student who had some sort of falling out with her own roommate and needed a place to land. Perfect! Or so I thought. She moved in and covered her half of the expenses when bills came due at the start of the next month. It looked like I managed to dodge a bullet, and maybe in my relief of not being evicted, I ignored a few signs I should have picked up on. You see, I almost never saw my roommate. She stayed locked up in her room most days when I was home, though I occasionally bumped into her watching something on our shared TV late at night. The explanations were reasonable. Night shift work as a medical intern, sleep schedules, all that seemed legit. She was really weird about mirrors though. She doesn't have a single one in her room, which is odd for a girl, nor does she keep any food in the fridge. She doesn't have any cookware. She never has friends over. All these things I could write off somehow if it weren't for the dreams. You see, I keep having this recurring dream, about once or twice a month. I wake up with her perched on the corner of my bed. In these dreams, the room is utterly black. I sleep with blackout curtains drawn because of an obnoxiously bright street lamp outside my window, but somehow I know she's there. And then she talks to me in a low voice, speaking words I could never seem to remember in the morning, and she kisses my neck. And that cold feeling explodes throughout my whole body. Then I wake up. That's it. I know, it's freaky. I'm always a little groggy and lethargic after I have one of those dreams. Thirsty too, like working in the hot sun, sweating like a pig all day, thirsty. And the chronic fatigue has only gotten worse. After I fainted at work one night, my boss insisted that I make a doctor's appointment. Guess what they found? Anemia. My family has no history of anemia. None. The doctors can't explain it. They just put me on a regimen of iron supplements and called it good. I've tried to ask her to move out, but whenever I talk to her, I always seem to forget the purpose of the conversation and get sidetracked on something she wants to talk about instead. And then I go to bed, having forgot the whole thing until the next time I have one of the dreams. I think I might be losing my mind. Either that or my roommate really is what I think she is. I want to move out. I've even packed some stuff up a couple of times, only to wake up the next morning with everything back in its place, wondering if I only dreamed about packing. One night I just got in my car and drove as far as I could before sleep got the better of me. I had to pull off the highway. The next morning I woke up parked at the curb outside my apartment. I'd write that one off as a weird dream too, if it weren't for the credit card statement that has me getting gas in town about 3 hours away from where I live on the night in question. That could just be credit card fraud, except I know that it isn't. I've tried telling people about what's going on, but no one ever believes me. Family, friends, they all think it's some kind of joke or a hallucination on my part, especially after they meet my roommate. Everyone likes her, even though she's weird. I even like her, but I'm scared to death of her. I find myself waking up in the middle of the night lately with an insane urge to go out and talk to her. I know where she'll be. I can hear the TV turn to low volume in the other room. Some nights I succeed in resisting, but most I end up getting up and sitting with her until near dawn when she heads to bed. It's gotten to where I can't force myself to tell people about my fears anymore. Even writing this all out in an anonymous form is hard to do. When I think about including any personally identifying details though, I can't make myself do it. My fingers simply refuse to type that information out. I don't think I'd be able to write as much as I have, except that I think my feeble attempts to get away amuses her somehow. I can't escape her anymore. I need help, but I know no one is going to help me. I feel like I should just accept my fate. One of these nights I'll be the one perched on her bed, and then it'll be all over. I know it somehow. I won't want to escape then. I'll be completely hers until I'm dead, or maybe worse. I've written my story out 3 times now, and each time I've found some reason to delete it rather than posting. I'm not going to hit Discord this time, though. I will not do it. If you're reading this, please, try to find some way of helping me. I don't know how you do it. I can't know. If I actually believe that someone could, I don't think I would be able to write this much. I want to delete it, but I'm going to hit post before I talk myself out of it again.